and gentlemen, Miss Cilla Black.
To another 60 minutes of surprises. You know, they say that all good things come to an end, and surprise, surprise is no exception, because, yes, this is the last show in the present series. Oh, but never fear, Cilla will be here with a new series next year. Right now, let's get on with the show. Now, how many of you have rocked around the clock in your youth? Yes? Yes. You little liars. Now, do you remember those days when Bill Haley and his Comets were all the rage, do you? Yes. Well, I do. I remember it well. I do. Well, I'm here to tell you that rock and roll is alive and well, especially in Beswick Grove up there in Birmingham. Yes, and I can see that's rung a bell with Harry and Nancy Finch. Where are you, Harry and Nancy? Surprise, surprise! Come down and join us, Chucks. Yeah. Down there, Chuck. Hello, Nan. Hello, you sit down next to your husband.
Oh, they kept the secret, didn't they?
Oh, they certainly did keep this secret. Shall I tell you who told this secret to me?
Yeah.
Well, it's your daughter. Mandy, you got it in one. Yes, your daughter wrote and told me. Now, you're well into rock and roll, aren't you? Because your granddaughter, Mina, well, she's only just 8 years old, but sure, she loves rock and roll. In fact, she was the runner-up last year with her partner, Jamie, in the United Kingdom's championships. Is that right?
Yeah.
And she's this year current championship with Jamie again, the Mediterranean rock and roll.
That's right.
Oh, well, your daughter, Mandy, wrote and said that you have never, ever seen her dance live. Is that right? Well, surprise, surprise, you're going to see her tonight. Yes, you're going to see your little Mina and her partner, Jamie. So here they are, and they make a wonderful couple. The Mediterranean rock and roll champions. Ladies and gentlemen, Mina and Jamie. Isn't that wonderful? Absolutely gorgeous. Well, your grandparents have seen you live dancing now, and I think he's absolutely gobsmacked. I think you'd better take him off for a glass of lemonade, and you can have one too. So, Mina, you take your granddad off. You be the perfect gentleman, Janie, and take the lovely lady off. See you later. Well, here on Surprise, Surprise, we get a lot of letters from people who want to be on the telly. But recently, we got a letter about someone who wanted to be behind the camera. Now, that someone was Post Office Manager Terry Frost from Shropshire. Terry's daughter, Caroline, wrote and told us that her dad would just love to be a cameraman on a programme like Treasure Hunt. Well, our Bob Carolgees couldn't resist the opportunity for a ride in a helicopter. So he went to drop in on Terry at his place of work.
Looking for Terry here. Terry Frost. Hello,
Oh, no,
Terry.
you're joking.
Surprise, surprise, Terry. How are you? Stand up a minute. Stand up. That's it.
I don't believe this.
Well, it's true, Terry. It's actually happening. Now then, I've heard you're very keen on filming, messing about with video cameras and that. Is that right?
Yes.
Sorry to interrupt your meeting, but this is rather special business we've got. In fact, your daughter, Caroline, has told us that you'd like none other than to be the cameraman on Treasure Hunt. Is that right?
I wouldn't mind.
Well, surprise, surprise. We've arranged for you to be the cameraman on a special surprise, surprise treasure hunt. All right? And to make it even extra special, we've arranged for you to film a top presenter with a very shapely bottom. Not for you, Annabel Croft. Not for you, Annika Rice. Guess who?
Go on, I give up.
God, guess.
My wife.
No, it's me. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, the helicopter's waiting outside, so is my jumpsuit. So we'd better go. Yeah, excuse us, gentlemen. Is that all right? Carry on with the meeting. I can't wait for something to happen now. You know, we're all geared up and ready to go, aren't we?
It's your clue, sir.
My clue, sir? We've got it. We've got it. Ah, the clue. In a Yorkshire town on the Bards River, search for a hexagonal fortification near a special agent's crossing. I've got a map here. In a Yorkshire town on the Bards River. Okay. Yorkshire town on the Bards River.
Bradford-on-Avon.
Bradford-on-Avon. Don't know what the rest means. Right. Let's go. Ready? Oh, am I ready? Am I ready for this? Is your camera ready?
Yes.
Turn over. Action. Okay, Terry.
Okay, let's go.
Now, the rest of it we've got is a hexagonal fortification near a special agent's crossing. Now, what that means, I don't know. How long do you reckon for Bradford? About 5 minutes, Terry. Okay, that's fine. Are you all right with that camera? Great, yeah. Super. Who's a special... Oh, Barton. I've got Barton Farm Country Park here. There's a Barton Farm Country Park. Sounds like it. Well, it's on a river. Barton Farm Country Park is on a river, so that there is... If there's a bridge across the river, then we might have to go across the bridge or something like that. So here we are. Let's see if we can find the next clue. Great, that's been going.
Well, we'll be coming back to Terry and Bob later on to see if they're any nearer to finding the surprise, surprise treasure. But right now, it's time to welcome back our man from down under. Now, you've all heard of Crocodile Dundee, yes? Yes! Well, here's Alligator Burns. G'day, sport.
G'day, Cilla.
Now you were down under there. I mean, did you put another shrimp on the barbie for me? I can't speak Australian.
Well, it was real beaut, actually. We had tinnies and poys.
Tinnies and poys?
Yeah, cans of beer and meat pies.
Oh, the old meat pies there. Yes. Well, enough of this Aussie chit-chat. I mean, what have you got for us on this week's Searchline?
Well, actually, I thought we were going to have a first on Searchline this week because we had a request to find some old friends from a drain pipe. And we've even got a picture There it is. Not what you expected, I imagine, but it turns out that Drainpipe was the nickname of Connie Audrain, who lived in Jersey when she was a little girl, but was evacuated to Burnley in Lancashire at the start of the last war. She was just 8 years old at the time, and from her new home in the north, she went to Burnley Wood Secondary Modern School for Girls. She also joined a dancing school and became one of the Jacqueline Wright juveniles. When Connie was 12, she toured all over Lancashire with the girls in this picture. It was taken on November the 6th, 1944, when they were appearing at the Victoria Theatre in Burnley with Bill Scott Coomber and his Grenadiers. In 1946, Connie returned to Jersey, but she never forgot her friends and the happy time she had in Burnley. She says there's nothing she'd enjoy more than to re-establish contact with her former dancing pals. So if you appeared at the Victoria Theatre in the early 1940s with Connie Audrain, we'd like to hear from you. Well, now a bid to reunite a family that split up 40 years ago. Anne Phillips, now Jones from Shropshire, and her sister Joan are hoping we can help find their sister Margaret Rose and their brother John Phillips. A few weeks ago, I met Anne, who told me her story.
My name's Anne Jones, formerly Phillips. The family split up when my mother died when I was 3 years old. Some of the family were taken to Coventry by my father, and I remained in London with my aunt. I'm trying to trace my brother and sister, whose name was Phillips. My brother's John. He lived at Broad Lane, Coventry. That's the last known address I have for him, John Phillips. And my sister was Margaret Rose Whale, née Phillips. And I haven't seen her for 30 years. She was last known of in Birmingham, on the Pershore Road.
So what age would they be now?
My sister was born in 1921, so I think she's the same age as the Queen. And my brother is 48. He was born Christmas Eve, 1941.
Now, in fact, you're not the only one that's looking for Margaret.
That's correct. We all knew her as Peggy. Her two children are also looking for her, my nephews. Robert, who I've traced to America, and Paul, who lives in Birmingham and is married. He'd dearly love to see his mother as well.
So Margaret Rose and John Phillips, if you're watching, please contact Searchline tonight. Now for some quickies, could the following people please contact us? Margaret Gardner, now thought to be Margaret Street, who was Sturminster Newton's Carnival Queen in 1957. Also Thomas John Boswell and Audrey Lily Brown, who were best man and bridesmaid at Charles and Edith Quayle's wedding in August 1940 at Bulford Camp, Salisbury. And we'd like to hear from this trio, Desmond, Brendan and Rosaline Carroll, originally from Belfast, who would now be between the ages of 50 and 53. The number to ring, if you can help with any of the appeals on Searchline, is 01222 8070. That's it for the moment, but as we've devoted sections to the Army and the Navy this year, we'll complete the Searchline series by giving part 2 to the Air Force. So see you shortly. Now back to Cilla.
Oh, yes, the Air Force. Oh, I can't wait, Gordon. We'll see you later, all right, Chuck?
Yes, indeed.
See you then. And now I wonder if anyone knows in our audience, indeed at home, what an Irish cladder ring is. Yes, well, I think you do, Karen Mulder. Where are you, Karen? Give us a wave, Karen. Yes, Karen, please, surprise, surprise. Come down and join me and bring your lovely husband, Peter, with you. Come on, sweethearts. There, sweetheart. Hello, Peter. Welcome to Surprise, Surprise. Well, Karen, you look suitably surprised to me.
I am.
And you do know what an Irish cladder ring is, don't you?
Yes.
Well, would you like to tell everybody at home, indeed in our audience, what an Irish cladder ring is?
It's a friendship ring that I've got an Irish friend that gave me.
Yes, and it's a ring of friendship.
Yes.
And it's got the symbol of friendship on it,
Yes,
hasn't
two
it?
hands, yes.
You're not wearing it now, no? You're not
got it
wearing
on
it
today,
now?
no.
Well, can you cast your mind back to when you were 11 years old?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and you went to Dublin.
That's right, yes.
To a wedding.
Yes.
And there you met friends with another little girl there.
Yes.
And you became inseparable for the next 2 weeks.
That's right.
Can you remember her name? Of course you can.
Doreen.
Doreen Kennedy. Now you're just 11 years old then, and you started a pen friendship up, didn't
right,
you?
yes.
And this has continued for 22 years.
That's right, yes.
And it was only 2 years ago that she sent you this lovely friendship ring, wasn't it? Yes. You actually did invite her to your wedding in 1978, but because of ill health, she couldn't attend.
Yes.
Well, that's 22 years. Now, that's a lot of letters.
That's right.
It is. And you haven't seen her since then. Well, surprise, surprise, you're going to see her tonight. Yes. You won't have to put this in a letter to her, because she's right here. We've flown her over from Dublin just to be with you. Here she is, your friend for over 22 years by letter, Doreen Kennedy. Come in, Doreen. Sit down. Yes. Well, it is 22 years. And you're excited, aren't you? I can tell. So you don't have to write any more letters now. I know you've got an awful lot to catch up on, and while you're doing that, we're going to take a little break, so you can natter all you like, all right? Yes, we're going to take a break, but we will be back in a mo to see our Bob Gatecrasher family party, chat to a lady ventriloquist, and to catch up on a treasure hunt. So, see you in a couple of minutes. See you then. Welcome back. Now, we had a letter from a Mr. Ricky Scott up there in Derbyshire. He sent us a very sad story which he saw in his local newspaper. It was all about an elderly couple, Jack and Maggie Bark. Ricky didn't know Jack and Maggie, but felt he just had to do something to help them. Now, up until a couple of months ago, Jack and Maggie's pride and joy was their Morris Minor 1000 car. They bought it brand new 23 years ago. And they kept it in sparkling condition. They relied on it to get about. In fact, without it, they are completely housebound. Now, one Saturday night, Jack and Maggie were happily watching the telly when the car, wait for it, was stolen. 4 days later, it was found abandoned in a field. But just look at the condition of it. Yeah, shame. Well, we agreed with Ricky something had to be done to repair Jackie and Maggie's ruined lives. So earlier today, whilst they were enjoying a family occasion at a London hotel, our Bob turned up as an unexpected guest.
Brum, brum, brum. Jack and Maggie Bark are inside this hotel, just finishing off lunch with their family. When they've done that, they're due to come out for a little breath of fresh air. Well, I'm going to serve them with an extra special appetizer and a very special surprise. Oh, here they come. Let's go and introduce ourselves. Jack and Maggie. Jackie and Maggie Bark. Hello. Surprise, surprise. How are you? Now then, have a look down there. Good night. I bet you didn't expect to see that car again, did you? That's your very own Morris Minor. Oh! Is that a nice surprise? I'll tell you what, just a minute. Come here, Jack. I'll lean on there then, all right? Now, as you know, a few weeks ago you had it stolen, didn't you? And they vandalised it, and they burnt it out and all that. Well, since then, a team of experts have been working on it day and night, and they brought it back to that wonderful showroom condition for you, Jack.
It's beautiful.
Is that all right?
Beautiful.
Now, we thought, wouldn't it be nice, we thought, if we have a bit of a celebration because your car's looking so good. So we want to invite you to a special surprise party. Is that all right?
When's this?
Today.
Oh, blimey.
Is that all right, Jack?
Ah.
And while I'm here,
When I got my breath back.
I better give you those. Your keys.
Oh, bless you, man, Duke.
Is that right?
It's lovely.
We better have a drink, haven't we?
Aye.
We'll go and have a drink.
Well, I must say a very big thank you to all the mechanics at TL Derby who restored Jack and Maggie's car free of charge. Marvellous. Yeah. And also, will you please join me in thanking Morris Minor Club, who provided all the spare parts to put the car back together again. Weren't they good too? Marvellous. Look on his face. And you know, that's not the end of it. Right now, Jack and Maggie are on their way to Battersea Park, and we'll be joining Bob and them live later on for another surprise. Can he stand it, I asked myself. But I must tell you, our Bob, you know, he's been ever so busy this week. His feet haven't touched the ground. We've kept him really busy, so let's fly over to him and Terry Frost and see if all the clues have been solved in our treasure hunt.
Here you go, throwing through. Shrewsbury, lads! You ever seen a hexagonal fortification, have you? Why? Is that why? I wondered if yeah, thanks very much. That could be hexagonal. Let's go and look. Must be a hexagon, this. I think how does we do it? Great, well done. Hey, I like this game. Right, let's have a look. In a northeast direction, you'll be surprised to discover the King of Camelot is all at sea. Hats off to a jolly Jack Tar. Right, come on. HMS Royal Arm. Show you where it is. Goodbye, Bradford on Avon. It doesn't look as far as the trip we made earlier. There we go, right out there. Let's hope that's right. That's after a jolly Jack Tar. Are you a jolly Jack Tar? Yep. No, you're not. Are you a jolly Jack Tar? No. And we've got another one. We've got another one. Excuse me, lads. Huntley, you a jolly Jack Tar? Yes. Good. Take your hat off. Let's have a look. Ha ha! Surprise, surprise. Right, let's have a look. Will you hold that for me? Thanks very much. Now, join the crew. Are you the crew? Yeah. Thought they might be. And make an assault on the parallel lines. Parallel lines. Parallel lines. There? Right. Come on, Terry. Oh, wait, there's a ditch. Careful here, Terry. You all right? Look, parallel lines. I just knew something was going to happen here. Better hang on to the clue. Lose the map. Parallel lines. Oh, parallel lines. Oh, my goodness, parallel lines. You're supposed to be a cameraman, head cameraman, follow it. Oh, wait, oh! The cameraman's supposed to follow everywhere, you know. Right, let's have a look. The next bit. Take a tube to the wall. Take a tube to the wall. Opposite a wall. Oh, no, look at this tube. Oh, you're joking. Oh, I'm not. Very nice. And people do this for a laugh, do they? I see. And they get paid for it. Take a tube, what did he say, to the wall? The wall, this could be the end. Terry, come on.
You can do it, Bob!
Go on, Bob.
Just a minute, Terry. Leave the camera running. I've done enough. Give me the camera here, please. Thank you.
Off you go.
Geronimo! Surprise,
Hello, darling.
And a nice bottle of shampoo for you there.
Thanks, son. Sorry, David.
Now, how many of you can say a bottle of beer without moving your lips? Go on, try it.
A bottle of beer.
It's not easy, is it? But it's dead easy for Gail Chaplin because she's a ventriloquist. I phoned Gail a couple of weeks back to invite her to come along and throw a voice for us, and here she is in the flesh. So come in, Gail. Have a sit down there. Oh, Gail, and you've brought a little friend with you, Gail.
That's right.
What's her, or is it a he or
It's
she?
a he. This is Jock the Croc.
It's Jock the Croc.
That's right.
Well, hello, Jock the Croc.
Hello, Cilla.
How you doing, Jock?
I'm fine, thank you, Cilla.
Well, you don't, with all them teeth, Jock, you know, you don't look very fearsome.
Oh, I'm not fierce at all,
Oh,
Cilla.
look. Oh, you've turned it. You like your belly tickled. Tickle on the tongue. Oh, he likes that. Look at that. Well, Jock, I know your favourite food is
Sausages.
Sausages. Oh, but I'm going to talk to Gail now, all right?
All right.
Oh, isn't that lovely? Well, Gail, this is one of your many dollies. You've got Jock the Croc. Who are you going to be working with tonight?
Joe and Claudette.
Joe and Claudette?
Yeah.
Well, we shall look forward to that. I must ask you, though, I mean, you are a ventriloquist. You desperately want to get into show business. Who is your favourite vent?
Well, I always liked Shari Lewis, but I liked Ron Lucas.
Ron Lucas.
Great. Yeah.
What about that Scorch?
Oh, I think he's fantastic.
So do I. I'm sorry about that, Jock, but I mean, if there was a choice between Scorch and you, I have to say it. I do like him better than you. Sorry, Jock, are you upset? Ah, well, don't get too upset, because I'll see you later for a drink, all right?
Oh, all right then.
And a sausage.
Oh, all right then.
All right. Well, Gail, you go off and have a little practice with Joe and Claudette, is that right?
Yeah.
And we shall see you later. Ta-ra, Jock.
Bye,
I'll see you
Cilla.
after, Gail. Well, now, I want to tell you a very moving story about a very courageous lady. Edwina Warrington is the mother of 4 children from West Yorkshire. Her husband, David, wrote and told us that, tragically, they lost their son, Paul, and their only daughter, Debbie, to a very rare illness. Now, shortly before Debbie died, she decided, with her mother's help, to set up a children's charity called Forget Me Not. And since then, Edwina has dedicated much of her spare time to organising fundraising for the Forget Me Not charity. Over the last 5 years, she's raised thousands of pounds, which is used to give chronically sick children special treats. Well, Edwina spent many years nursing and pampering others. We decided she deserved a little pampering herself. So I went along to surprise her with a couple of days in the country. Edwina? Edwina Warrington? Edwina? Are you Edwina? Edwina, surprise, surprise. Oh, you're only a little girl, aren't you, Edwina? Well, I must tell you who wrote and told me all about you. You owe all this to your husband, David. Now, you're supposed to be working all day here today, aren't you? Well, you're not. You're coming with me. Yes, it's all your hard work you do for the Forget Me Not Fund. And I'm going to deliver you a Cillagram.
Oh. You're joking.
I'm not joking, Chuck. So, are you ready? I've packed your bags, got the airline tickets, and away we go.
I don't know what to say.
Just say, are you coming or what?
Yeah.
Here we go. Come on, Edwina, come on. Tra, girls. There's a whole lot of loving going on in my heart. It's a feeling I'm feeling through and through. There's a whole lot of missing every time we're apart. There's a whole lot of loving just for you. Warmer than the sun that warms the corners of Kentucky, taller than a California redwood tree, richer than a 49, a mine striking lucky. He was never rich as me. There's a whole lot of loving going on in my heart. It's a feeling I'm feeling through and through. There's a whole lot of missing every time we're apart. There's a whole lot of loving just for you. And there's the lovely Edwina sitting in our audience. Oh, Edwina. Actually, you did have a couple of days. I was there just for the day with you. You had a lovely couple of days, didn't you, Chuck?
Fabulous.
And I know you'd like to join me in thanking Greyshot Hall for helping to give you a super surprise. And keep up that charity work, girl. We think you're all doing a wonderful job. Well done.
Thank you.
Now we're going to take another break, but we've got lots more for you, including Our Lady Ventriloquist, a live surprise from Battersea Park, and an even bigger... And welcome back. Well, I hear that our Bob's arrived at Battersea with Jack and Maggie, so let's see what they're up to. Are you there, Bobby?
I certainly am, Cilla.
Oh, you look ever so smart
Well,
again.
I'll tell you about that in a minute. I'll tell you why. But Jack and Maggie are in the car, as you can see.
Yes.
Still enjoying it, having a good
Well, I
time.
can't see, actually. Where are they? Oh, there's Jack. Hi, Jack.
I'm here. How do, Cilla?
How are you?
Oh, top of the pops.
Well, you look ever so happy indeed. But today you're a bit worried. You had to lean on the banister, didn't you, Chuck?
I did. I did.
You've got your lovely car back. How's your dear lady wife taking it all?
Oh,
Oh, she's got a lovely smile on her face.
very well up to now.
Oh, super.
Very well.
Well, I tell you, Jack, we ought to meet the fella who really started the ball going in all this game.
That's right.
And that was Ricky Scott. Where is he? Is Ricky there? Come in, Ricky. Let's
Come
have
in,
a chat
Ricky.
with you. Look. And there he is. Oh,
Here's the chap that did it all. Thank you.
Hi, Cilla.
Very nice.
hi, Ricky. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Oh, super. I mean, it's lovely that you... I mean, what was so moving about this? Was it the vandals that upset you doing this to this car to these two, if I may say so, elderly people?
I think it was the wife at work.
The wife
I was sitting there all alone reading the newspaper, and I seen Jack and Maggie, and my heart went out to them. So I thought I'd get something done for them.
Well, we think you've done a grand job, and thank you very much for writing to me. You've got a few little surprises there for Jack, haven't
Yes, I've got the 25,000th membership to the Morris Minor Owners Club, donated by the Morris Minor Owners Club. That's for you, Jack.
There you go, Jack. Look
There you
at
go,
that.
Jack.
25,000th member of the Morris Minor Club, Jack.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Smashing.
Thank you very
Terrific.
Now, Jack, you won't leave your car outside your house again. You'll be looking on it, won't you?
much. They put me special horn on.
He's got an alarm. Anyway, can I explain to you why I'm dressed like this, Cilla?
Please do, Bob.
Well, every orchestra needs its master, you see, its
Oh.
person in charge, and I am he. So, if you'd like to tune up, please. You'll love this.
I'm sure I will. It's been lovely seeing everybody then, especially the look on Jack and Maggie's face when they got the keys to the car.
I know.
Wasn't it a marvellous surprise?
It was superb.
I shall see you later. For the last time, Bob.
Oh, yes.
Well, we'll see you next series, all right?
Hope so.
Ta-ra then.
Cheers, bye.
Ta-ra. Well, that was a smashing surprise. But right now, it's time to hear from our man Gordon again. And he's got more news for us on the Searchline. Who's looking for who?
Well, so many of the sackloads of letters we get for Searchline come from people who've served in the forces, and that's why we've devoted entire sections to them. And tonight it's the turn of the RAF. We start with this book entitled Yanis, and it's written by John Gianaris. It tells of his many daring exploits during the Second World War. But for John, one life-or-death moment stands out more vividly than all the others. In 1944, Lieutenant Gianaris, and that's him there, was severely wounded during a raid on trains in Greece. He managed to reach a partisan landing strip deep in the heart of German-occupied Balkans. But he was given 12 hours to live unless he received expert medical attention. A message was flashed to an airfield in southern Italy. There, a young RAF pilot volunteered to make the dangerous flight of more than 500 miles. Flight Officer Norman H. Attenborough, pictured in this newspaper clipping, piloted an RAF Lysander, unarmed, to reach the young American flight officer. Attenborough then battled against the clock to get Lieutenant Gianaris back to a waiting medical team. He made it. And now, 46 years later, John Gianaris desperately wants to find that brave RAF flight officer who risked his life to save John's. So, Norman H. Attenborough, last known to be living in Maidstone Road, Southall, London. If you're watching, please contact us and complete an unfinished chapter in author John Gianaris' life. Now, if you've ever been a pineapple chunk, we want to hear from you. Here's a mouth-watering picture of 5 chunks taken at the Lord Mayor's Ball in Lincoln in 1965. Do you recognise yourself as one of the 5 Pineapple Chunks pop group, later to change their name to the Blue Denims? And that 60s hit you can hear now was one of their favourite numbers, Hang On Sloopy by the McCoys. The band's drummer, Eddie Eales, wrote to us, hoping we could help him find the other members of the band, including their manager, Roger Freeman Pennett. Eddie is getting married on May the 5th this year and says it would be the perfect wedding present to have his former rocking pals there. They were aged about 16 when they all played together and used to practice in an old band room at RAF Scampton. In fact, their biggest gig was on the 4th of December 1965 when, as the Pineapple Chunks, they played at the main club at Scampton. So if you were a hunk from the Pineapple Chunks, please contact us, as Eddie Eales has wedding invitations for you all. The number to call in response to any of our stories tonight is 01222 8070. That's until 10 p.m. Or you can write to Searchline at Surprise Surprise, London Weekend Television, South Bank TV Centre, London, SE99 6YW. And that's the lot from Searchline for this series. We've had tremendous success again, and I'd just like to say a big thank you to all of you who've either rung in or written to us. It's been absolutely marvellous, and thank you for that. And a big thank you, too, to our marvellous research team, because without them, none of these reunions could take place. I'm sure you agree with that.
I do agree. See you soon, Gordon. God bless you.
Thank you.
And now settle back in your seats to be entertained by our ventriloquist, Gail Chaplin. Here she is with Joe and Claudette.
Thank you, Cilla. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Claudette, would you like to say hello to the ladies and gentlemen? Oh, no, I couldn't. Yes, you can. No, I can't. I'm too shy. There's no need to be shy. Come on, lift your head up. That's it. Now just say hello. I can't. Yes, you can. Do it for me, please. Hello. Crikey. Was it worth it? You just shut up, you. Nah, knickers. Now that's enough, you two. Do you always have to argue? It's all his fault. We had a quarrel last night. He's horrible. Well, what happened last night? Well, I wanted to go to the cinema, and he wanted to watch Arsenal and Chelsea. And who won? Arsenal 2-0. No, I mean, did you go to the cinema? Yes, and he was horrible again. Why, what happened? Well, he went out to get some licorice all sorts for me, and he never returned. Wasn't my fault. In the dark, I went and sat in the wrong row. And he had his arm around someone else all night. Wasn't until the lights went on I discovered it was a fella. Awful. And not only that, he's eaten all the licorice all sorts.
You know, no, that's not true. Hang on. Hang on. No. That's not true. You ate them all, didn't you? Well, I don't think I ate all of them. No, I didn't eat all the licorice. Joe, I'm sorry. I didn't eat all the licorice. I really didn't. Hi.
Hi.
Hello, Joe. It's good to see you. Oh, I love your hair. It looks like Cilla's. That's great. Yeah. Hi.
Hi.
Good to see you. Know, Rebecca, your daughter?
Yeah.
Well, she wrote about us, too. We thought we'd like to be here to see this act. You did very well. Hello, Claudette.
Hello.
Hi. Whoa. Ron, I'm flirting with a puppet. I know.
Ron.
I owe you a kiss. This was a wonderful...
Oh, look at that.
My turn.
Was that a nice surprise for you, Gail? That's fantastic. Well, Ron, thank you very much for coming on. Surprise, surprise.
Oh, we watch your show all the time. We have a Laura laughs. Yes, we do. Yes.
Well, I have to tell you, Scorch. I mean, I'm sorry about this, Ron, but I mean, Scorch.
Can I have another kiss? Is that...
Oh, yeah. Can I kiss you?
That's what I'm asking. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know whether I could stand this.
Whoa.
Well, Scorch, I know Joe and Claudette...
Do that again. No, I blew it all in one place. Okay, all right.
I know Joe and Claudette are ever so jealous about this, but you have made Gail's night, hasn't it?
Certainly has.
Yeah.
Well, you've made our night. Thank you. It was a wonderful act.
Well, you all were absolutely super.
Yeah.
And Scorch,
Yeah?
I'll see you after the show. All right,
In
sweet.
my dreams.
Thank you very much.
After I've done this now, does this make you my old flame? I don't know, Scourge. I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a terrific pleasure. I'm so honoured. And I know you're dead chuffed too, Gail. Ladies and gentlemen, Ron Lucas and Scorch and Gail. Thanks a lot. Yes. Well, while we are having a commercial break, I'll have a little chat to one or two of you. Now, who's got a lovely smile? Hands up those who've got a lovely smile. Give us a wave. Yes, all along there. Someone there closer to home. What's your name, sweetheart?
Paula.
Hi, Paula. What's your last name?
Clark.
Paula Clark. Now, where are you from, Paula?
Slough.
Slough. Well, somebody's got to come from Slough, Paula. Who else has got a lovely smile? Yes, you've got a nice smile over there. And you've got a beautiful head. Sweating as well, yes. And you've got a super smile too. What's your name, Sunshine?
Pacino.
Pacino?
That's right.
Is that your first name?
The Christian name. Jonas.
Oh, Jonas. Jonas Pacino?
That's right.
Now, that's a foreign name. That's not English, is it? That's right. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. It could be Lithuanian. Is that right?
Ah, you know. How do you know that?
Well, that's not all I know. You see, surprise, surprise. This, Jonas, is not a commercial break. Because you are actually going out to millions. You're live on the telly now. And what I want you to do now, Jonas, is to come down with me and sit on the sofa. Come on, Jonas. All the way from Lithuania. Pardon? It makes you sweat. Well, you are from Lithuania, aren't you?
Yeah.
In fact, you were born there 69 years ago, is that correct? Yes?
How do you know?
Well, I know because your son, Nick, told me all about you, Jonas.
Yeah.
Now, when you were in the war, you were in the army, weren't you? And in fact, you were captured. Take your mind back to Lithuania. And you were captured. In fact, you were put in a prisoner of war camp. And then when you left the army, in fact, you were conscripted to the Polish army, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, well, you came over here to England, didn't you? And when you were demobbed, you settled in England. And this is where you met and married your lovely wife, Joan.
Yeah.
And you've never ever returned to Lithuania?
No, I can't.
Well, this through no fault of your own because of the travelling restrictions and everything like that. Now, sadly, you've lost your immediate family, your mum and dad and your brother. But you do have one sister still living there.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
What's her name? Euronima. How do you pronounce
right.
it? Euronima.
J-R-O-N-I-M-O. From Geronimo.
And you haven't seen her for 46
That's
years,
right,
have you?
no. No, I come up 1944.
Well, the last memory of her, in fact, is when she was just 12 years old and she was literally waving goodbye to you.
Something like that. I don't know. She's 57 something now, something like that. And I never seen her since.
Well, I know it's been your dearest wish to visit Lithuania to see Euronima.
I can't go there.
Well, you can't. Do you know, surprise, surprise, I won't keep you in suspense any longer. It's taken us 3 years to set this reunion up. We have brought your sister, Euronima, here to you now. After 46 years, say hello to your sister. Come in, Euronima. Well, that's all we have time for tonight, and indeed for the series. I'd like to thank everyone who's taken part in tonight's show, and especially our own Gordon Burns, and of course, the lovely Bob Carolgees. Thank you all for watching. Good night. God bless. Ta-ra then.